Hey, and we're live. We're 2 minutes late, but that's because I was getting too chatty backstage. So, everybody, welcome to the show. I got a little bit of a new setup now. I have my double monitors here. I have my soundboard, my mic, of course, but now I have right under the phone here my phone set up as a tablet. And eventually, I'll be able to make this another. I can make this another camera. I just haven't set it up. So I can have like another camera. I want to use it because with the soundboard or even with StreamYard, but better with soundboard, you can set up multiple cameras even using your phone. So like for you, when you're doing eBay or if you were doing a live video with eBay and you were working with jewelry with your hands or with coins,
Oh, I
you
can
could
do that
talk,
split screen thing.
you could do the split screen pretty easy, but also you could talk to the camera like this and then literally hit one button and it would be showing your hands working. And then when you want to talk
Gotcha.
again, hit one button again and it's at your
And
face.
switch back and forth.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about OBS and learning to live stream and use your soundboard or whatever is once you get really good at it, it cuts out all the editors. Like when I first started doing live videos, if you go back to the beginning of this channel when I was teaching Instacart and stuff, I used to film all this stuff and then I had to put it into Adobe and edit it and put stuff and learn all this stuff. So like a 30-minute video was a 6 to 8 hour project. Like
Yeah.
because you would and then you'd have to render it. So like what I don't know if you've ever done videos before, but like once you put it all together, you have to hit render and then basically
yeah.
it pulls it all together onto one track and then compresses it properly so that it's smooth. It takes a long time. And then if you don't render it the right way, when you go to upload it to YouTube, it's just like, oh, we don't accept this. And you're like, what are you talking about? It's a video. I'm watching it right here.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that doesn't have this particular file tagged on to it. But anyways, welcome to the show. As always, my name is Dave Wright. You're at the Right Ideas here with myself. And as always, my co-host, Broseph Smith. It's a Saturday Live, Saturday daytime, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live show. It goes live every day on Saturday. You can also follow me over on TikTok. We'll be going live more often. We'll get into why that is in a second here.
Oh, yeah.
And Broseph, and tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be going live with Dalton Pruitt on a huge talk show that we do every Saturday night for the past, tonight will be 67 weeks. Big show tonight, multiple guests, tarot card readings, stand-up comics from New York City, actresses from LA, fortune-telling ladies with tarot cards from Seattle, I believe. Dalton Pruitt from Parts Unknown. So tune into that. And then Broseph, where can people find you and what do you want people to check out?
Broseph Smith 420 on Twitter, Broseph Smith 420 on eBay as well. Got my eBay store and
Tuesday nights.
Tuesday night, exactly. I was like, holy cow, what day of the week is that? Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Losercast with Leighton Radner, Tyler Yankee, and Toad. And I believe I heard from the grapevine from that our guest this week will be Dave. So
yes, I did get it. I get a very formal direct message from Leighton. So he didn't go into it more. He said, "Great, give me a picture for a thumbnail." So I don't have any details about what I'm supposed to do. So
I'll tell you.
I can get in touch with him and we'll do that after the show.
Yeah.
But check me out Tuesday live at what?
10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a fun loser cast, basically, where everybody picks a loser for the week. They rate them, they poll them, they go over the losers from last week. And it can be funny, real losers, fake losers, sad losers, political losers, anything but everything. So tune into that. But we're going to get into the show here today because everybody came to talk businesses outside of W2. Let's look into the chat here. We got some people live. So hey, Indian, thanks for showing up. Yeah, so I do want to go into the thumbnails because I'm starting to like, people think that AI is just like, make me a thumbnail. And you can do that. If you just say, make me a thumbnail, it will spit out like a thumbnail for you.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to get detailed in what you're doing, and I'll pull this up here, is so like, this is the thumbnail for the show today. And it's not exactly what I wanted. I make these in under 10 minutes. So it's not like I spent like days on this, but in the olden days, if you wanted to do this with Photoshop and editing and stuff, this would take at least an hour, if not more, for like a professional guy.
Yeah. MS Paint, even longer.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a funny video going around with the guy like showing like, it's like kids today, and it's just the keyboard just going like, and it's like they're building on Minecraft, these huge worlds. And then it's like us growing up, and it's just a house with the little yellow sun with the circle.
Yeah.
And it's like still to fill in the yellow sun with the circle, and when it hits it, the whole page goes yellow.
They're like, oh.
Yeah. So it is nice that we can do this, but I just wanted to show. Let me see if I can. Let me add some images to the stage here. Well, that's not how you do it. Cancel that. Because I'll show you some of the stages here. So basically what I've done now is I've created a template. This is going to be the new, I'm still going to fix this. I don't love this. I like the light, how the light came out. I like the dark background. I like this. I'm still working on this template here. I'm going to get rid of some of this. I'm going to probably keep the similar banner. And I'm probably going to get rid of this. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but once I get like a background template that I can keep like this, I can kind of overlay stuff every week.
It's like the rap episodes on Gas Digital and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'll be able to do it somewhat quickly with AI. So let me show you another one here. So here is like how the this is how like the thumbnail, like this is the stage right before this, and then let's see, and this is the stage. This is a similar stage to this that I cleaned up a little bit to actually be able to fit the YouTube standards or whatever. So what I'll be able to do is take this once I figure it out, get that template. That's the first stage. I got to finish building this out. And then I got to create a prompt that will understand the style that I want, because this is not the style that I want, this cartoon style here.
You want it a little more.
It keeps and so I want to find, you have to be very specific in the language and give it stuff to mimic. And as you do that, it'll go in and find that. Let me pull up, actually, let me see if I can find. This does fall under making money, because one of the things I wanted to discuss was the fact that I actually got paid. Like I got paid money to make digital flyers. I had set up a Fiverr store and an Upwork store 2 weeks ago to maybe start doing that. And so I was learning and doing the stuff. So I was just joking around on Twitter when somebody put up a show that they had, and I made some just mock flyers really quick and threw them up, playing around, being playful. And they reached out to me to ask me to make flyers for them. And so I did get a job. I did get paid from it. It's been invoiced and paid beginning to end. And I've even seen the artwork that has been sold out in the open that I no longer own, which is an interesting thing that I had to learn. Was when you make artwork and somebody buys it from you, you have to let go of it, because they bought it, they own it, so you can't share it, you can't be using it, you can't be
Did you
doing
say you have to let go of it?
it. No, no, but I should have. Yeah. So this is something I made for the show tonight on corn fed. And if you like look at this, I'm working on like a style that I like, which is kind of like this like Scooby-Doo / graphic novel type
Yeah.
like style that in the thing. And I know that people are like, oh, it's just prompts or whatever. But like if I gave you this, then you could take this and say, copy this, right? To AI. But to
Yeah.
build this, what'll happen is when you try to do something like this, AI will give you something like this.
Yeah.
And you have to get it to a place like this. But then once you have this, you can save this and have it mimic it, right? So once you've built like frameworks and ideas, past stuff,
And it
you
has a
store it,
reference point to pull from immediately, so it's not
yes,
just your imagination it's trying to pull from.
yeah.
So,
So like, so this right here, which looks like, you're like, yeah, what was the big deal? It's like, well, it took me a little while to get like, because I do have kind of a like a serious face. So
yeah.
when the Indian saying Dave looks so crazy, yeah, that's what AI reads me at. And then I have to like get it to be like this.
They're like, all right, medicate him
Yeah.
with 5 milligrams
And then,
diazepam.
yeah. And so here's my co-host Dalton that you can see tonight. And very similar, like I think this looks like Dalton. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's me. Like I think this did a good
No, it
representation
does. It
of
does.
Dalton.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Dalton's, I will say the one Robbie looks rather mischievous.
Yeah, so
But
I
other
did have
than
I did
I
have
mean,
a better Robbie. Here's what happens, like
you
with
get
AI,
blended
which
in.
is tough, is like I had a better Robbie in this.
Yeah.
But then as I cleaned myself up, every iteration of the new photo it created, it would change people a little bit. So then I would have to like go back and be like, don't change Dalton, just change this. And then you would get this. So you start getting a new image, but then it's like, well, Robbie doesn't look as good as he used to, but he still looks good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
looked really bad and now I look better. So this is the best I could get Robbie to look
Yeah. It does. He
while
doesn't
getting
even look
everybody
bad.
why
Yeah.
everything else was still good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and also I lost some things. So for instance, I couldn't get it. So let me just pull this other one up
Also,
here.
real quick, it does. I mean, it also does work because of your more serious face. It does kind of look like that Dalton and Robbie are chuckling at chuckling at you for some reason. So
Yeah. So this is my
theme of the
original
show.
markup here. And I liked like the psychedelic tie-dye type colors, but with the stained glass.
Yeah.
And kind of like the candles are giving off like a rainbow, like
Yeah.
tie-dye, but is it from the stained glass? Is it from the mysticism and magic coming from the tarot cards? What is it from?
Yeah.
But I had the serious face.
Is it from the
and,
LSD ingested by the cameraman?
yeah. And the high def wasn't great. I did get the little Dalton Pruitt thing up here in the corner that I was working on to like try to blend in from his logo here.
Oh yeah, nice.
And I did like the setup here with the nameplates under everybody, and I was pretty excited. But as I like tried to clean it up, like this is what happened. Like it took away like some of the aura that was going on with the colors or whatever. And it's it's a little bit difficult to work with, but if you can see the iterations,
Yeah. I can see what you were going for too.
Yeah.
Just that, except not as wild, just kind of
yeah. Well, this looks a little
reined
bit
in a bit.
dull. Like when you put it for a flyer, it looks like
A little deep fried, like those images that
yeah. And so I wanted to just make it crisp, but as I tried to make it crisp, it lost the essence of the style that I was going through. So
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I mean? So is this the same as being Bob Ross and learning how to paint for years?
Yes.
Like, no, but like,
Oh, okay.
no, I was going to say no, but also you you do have to learn the layers in a different way. Like it's not void of complete creativity. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I know what you're saying. Like there's still an art to it. There's still an
Yeah.
eye to it to make.
It's Bob Ross meets Steve Jobs, you know?
Yeah,
You
to make
gotta
the stuff.
you gotta think of the right way to use the things you have in order to take it to the next level too.
Yeah. So I
'Cause
haven't had
every yeah.
so I haven't had a lot of time to work on our YouTube channel here because for both of us, this is a back end project that we do to like catch up during the week and promote some stuff. Although we're getting good views over here, like people are like, oh, Mr. Beast gets 1 billion views, you guys get a 50, 100. Bro, if we were hanging out at a town hall or a VFW every week talking business like this, and 100 people showed up, people would be like, whoa, what's going on over here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I try to compare it to that type of niche. Yeah. So anyways, I'll keep you guys updated on the thumbnail usage and how to do that. And once I kind of figure it out more, I'll make some videos. But basically, I don't love this. I worked on this for maybe 10 minutes today before we started the show. And then I worked on this for like 10 minutes, trying to figure out how to get it so that I could get these characters into a style. And I don't love the cartoon style. I want to get it more realistic. The one
funny though, I was gonna say, like, I was trying to find something in like my photo or like my image there to roast, and I was like, damn, it just made me look better. Like, yeah, you got the crazy eyes, and I got, damn, dude, it toned up my biceps, bulked them up a bit. It gave me a bit of some pecs there, made me the handsome Squidward version of myself there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's interesting, so like when you make any of this stuff, right? This, you got to give it source material, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of
source material must have been sexy.
Like it, I mean, it even gets my arm hair like correct. You know what I mean?
It clocks your race.
Yeah. So like it gets a feel for it. And
it even got mine correct too.
Yeah. So you give it like source material and you can kind of get this stuff. Now, when I was making the other digital product, I had to use source material from a lot of different people. You start going on people's social media and you start recognizing that, oh, they don't have any real photos of themselves. They're like, either the light is really bleaching out who they are, the makeup, the filters, and all that stuff. And our mind will fill in the differences and be like, oh, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so.
Yeah.
But once you start feeding it to AI and the image doesn't come out like them and you start blaming yourself, you're like, oh, why is this person's come out almost nearly perfect? And this person's looks like a strange, like, it'll recognize that they're both men and they're both like Latin, but they don't look anything the same.
Yeah.
And then you start recognizing when you look at their photos, oh, like there's no shading in their photos. There's no shadow. There's no blemishes on their social media because they've been filtering all that out. And so like when we get a photo like this of you, and I do have decent source material from you.
Yeah.
It's kind of doing the same thing to you. It's basically filtering everything. It's making it symmetrical. But in my mind, there's no doubt that that's you. Like
yeah,
if
I know,
like, exactly who's who, even without the hat.
Yeah. I was like trying to just imagine like, oh, that looks more like, I don't know, so-and-so, fill in the blank, some fucking, or, caveman or something. But no, that looks like exactly like the caveman that I am. So
I would say
incredible.
this is very viable for a business.
Yes,
you can go on Fiverr, Upwork, create an account very quickly and put this in the title, and you can put some samples in your projects that you've created up there for people to look at. If you've sold them, I would put owned or sold over the top of them, like with a water stamp or whatever from your portfolio, or make sure that the person that you sold them to make sure they let you put them in your portfolio. And I would say to like get a feel for this, to make decent ones, it would take you about a weekend to learn. To get really good, this is months. I mean, not that I'm really good, but I'm saying this is months, and I would say a couple more months I would be really good. And those packets can sell for $100 to $150 an hour for the packets that you make. The beginners are making $35 an hour. Hey, well, Woo, welcome to the show, Drew. Hey,
Shout out,
Tiffany,
Drew.
Indian. Hey, everybody. So I would
Shout
recommend.
out Sumo Dog, by the
I
way.
would say this is a good, easy startup thing. You can play around with Gemini for free. You can play around with Grok for free. And you can play around with Whisper and Cowboy Prompt. So Whisper and Cowboy Prompt allow you to take human prompts like I want to do X, and they will turn it into a you want to do one on
Hell yeah, let's do it.
let's do one on I think it's thing here. So
Let's do one where we put someone in a bikini. I'm just kidding.
no, we're just gonna do a where will this go?
Put Joe Biden in a bikini.
I thought this was
Put Netanyahu in a bikini.
all right. Wait, I gotta remove this from stage and then I can add. Okay, so this is Cowboy Prompt. We're not gonna make an image, we're just gonna make a prompt just to show you what it would look like. Because I think the image would be too much, and we got some other stuff we want to get into today.
Yeah.
Like just like, so for example, what's a prompt that you would like want to write like to change this?
To change this.
Yeah.
Let me see. Maybe I don't know what your thoughts on it, but maybe add a border around the entire thing to keep it, to keep it framed, to have it pop a little, not not too thick, just a thin but maybe gold border around the outside.
Okay. All right. So
Let's just
I'm just gonna so I'm gonna put this on stage. So I have basically, this is called Prompt Cowboy. It's free to use. It costs you an email. You do have to sign in. There's also one called Whisper Flow that you can do. You can talk in your phone and it turns your voice into prompts, which I really love. I use that a lot.
Downside of that one is you have to whisper into your phone.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hey. Could you really please?
So if you open up Cowboy Prompt when you're first starting, right? And so here's the thing. These are all tools. I wouldn't get too dependent on them, right? So what'll happen is people start using Cowboy Prompt and they just let it prompt and then they just paste that in whatever. And then what happens is they're getting the same that everybody else gets. What you should be learning is the language. So like if you have a translator to help you talk to somebody like a robot, which is basically prompt Cowboy is like you're speaking English to it. And then you say, translate this into
AI prompt
AI language, and then read it and then learn that. So I put in here.
It just spits back Chinese. You're like, I don't know what to do with this.
Add a border around the entire thumbnail, not too thick, but thin gold border. So even like the English isn't even that good, right? That's what I typed in there. All you have to do is hit this right here. Wait a couple seconds.
Translate from Greek American into.
Yeah, and so it just takes a very simple, and actually let's actually do this. So let's go over to Gemini now. I lied. We will do this. Go over to Gemini, and we're going to add that thumbnail. I think it's this one. Oops, meant to blow that up. Try that again. All right. So yeah, so we take this thumbnail, right? Which is say, and we're gonna have it do the prompt that you said, which now it changes to say, create an updated version of this thumbnail with a thin gold border added around the entire outer edge, keeping all existing content unchanged. See, so like you're like, oh, okay. So I have to give it the directions like, don't mess anything else up. The only thing we're doing is the thing. That's what I forgot. Makes sense. Thank you. So you can just copy this and go over here and put it into Gemini and hit go, and it'll read the original thing. It'll, take the prompt that you changed, whatever. Now, the other thing you can do, once that spits it out and you have this prompt, you can create follow-up prompts or you can improve the prompt. So like now it says this, but if you want to hit improve, the changes would go in here and you can add all the improvements. And then once there's a list of improvements and you hit once and it redoes the whole prompt for you. And so, all right, so let's open this up. So here's what it spit out for us. I do think that looks nicer. The first thing that I noticed is I don't like these coins, and I would want to remove these coins. But I do like the idea of having
the Bitcoins,
having the light up in the air. I like having the Right Idea thing. I like this background here with like the grid and whatever. And I don't mind having a 3/4 at the bottom. I might put something eventually over here that says like live, and then I'm going to build everything inside that for the future. But that's quickly just how you would add a border to that using, the language between those things. But I don't want to go off on the thumbnail. Indian had brought it up. I would say beginners at home, cowboy prompt, Gemini, which will automatically use Nana Banana for you. The free version is going to cut you off pretty quickly. I think it's $20 a month to get like unlimited use of Nana Banana. Not unlimited use, like 4 hours. And then you have to take like a 2-hour break and then 4 hours again of like nonstop prompts. Then you can also go into, let's go into Grok. So if you have if you already have a paid Twitter account, instead of opening Grok on Twitter, open it up on grok.com and go to the image function.
Oh, damn.
And so now you get like all the source material, and now we can take that same image that we just had, put that same prompt in here, and now let's send that to Grok and see how Grok, because the two really good image and video creation apps right now is Gemini's Nana Banana and then Grok, but also there's the feedback. So this one did this really listened to the thin.
Yeah. Not too thick, just thin.
The thin.
Maybe pop it up because maybe it's cutting off a little on the corners or something.
No.
No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. It listened to you and put a thin border on it. So now here's what's cool about the way Grok does images. Here's our original. Here is the one try that it tried. Here is the other one, right? They're very slightly different because it's, a little bit different. You pick the one you like best. So let's go with this second one here. And you can just type in, like, please make the gold border slightly thicker.
And keep everything else unchanged.
Yes. And perfect. And so it'll keep your old ones. So like if you want to go back because these are no good, you just go back and change the one that you want it to change. You go back into the thing. So now we have 2 new ones, and they didn't come out much better because there's no side gold anymore. It's just top and bottom.
Yeah.
So,
it
anyways,
also shows but real quick, just the difference, not to just microanalyze this too much, but the difference between even the cowboy prompt and then the one that you added in right on top, you also didn't put in, or maybe if you put in the cowboy prompt, it would have said, please make the gold border that is going around the entire thing, please, make it thicker. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have refined it further, even better
let's
than I
copy
can say it
that
right now.
and go into this, and we'll go into, this is the prompt change, and we'll tell it to do that. And then you can list all the stuff you want to change about your prompt. And then once you do, there'll be like multiple ones here. Then you hit improve prompt. It changes your original prompt. So now we got the new cowboy one. What's cool about using stuff like this too, like this is telling you right here, open a ChatGPT, Open Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity. Since those like the 4 options, even though you could use this with any of them,
you can just go directly there.
Yeah, like it recognizes that those are the top producers in the game right now.
Or so they're the ones that are sharing revenue streams.
Yeah, they could be, but those are the top. Those are the top. Like
that's true. That is true.
Places right now, regardless of like if they're advertising, it's because of advertising or not. But anyways, so now we put the new thing, and it obviously now it has worked. So there's when we manually did it, and here's when it tried the new prompt. So now we got a thicker gold border around it. So anyways, the point being, because this is very simple here, and the intricacies of it is like, if you see us do it in real time like this, you can see like it's not that easy, because I don't imagine this is the border that you would be happy with right now.
Yeah, no, because we took that third prompt on top of the one that you had already said, it made the top border thicker, but then the side ones.
No, because I put that on this image.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Yeah, so
you could put it. I could put it on this one too, and we could see what happens if we put it on the first one.
Okay.
But there's no thing to
initial gold border. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a little bit
actually
better.
That one's better. Yeah.
Yeah, because it made it rounded. So what is good about Grok image or Grok is you could just like go through and
That's
you can
cool.
still look at the ones you like. Now the next thing you can do once you have this, you can either go down here and make us choose 10-second or whatever and give them something to say. So we could say make them say welcome to Wright Ideas Saturday live stream at 12 p.m. EST.
Say the guy on the right has a very heavy Indian accent.
No, we don't say that. And then you just hit that prompt. It'll make a video. You can do it with just music and no talking or whatever. Now, you can make this detailed. You can do that. You could be like, this guy says this guy says this. Yeah. Make this guy doing this. Yeah. And like,
or more appropriately, this guy has a New Hampshire accent. This guy, whatever,
And even what they're doing or whatever, I'm just going to show it on air that you can make, you'll make them say this. It'll use its creativity to decide and move the stuff around. And I think with a regular $8 a month subscription, you don't get this. I think you need the $12 or $17 a month with this one, but it is really unlimited. I've never had. I got this month when I got those contracts, so I paid for a month of each of these, and I've never had Grok run like throttle me down in time and say, "Hey, take a break." But I have had that with Claude, ChatGPT, even on the paid subscriptions. So you do get your money's worth once you pay for it. But
Those other
Super
ones are
Grok,
trying to protect against the AI psychosis.
like, yeah, they have usage limits even on the paid programs. So
This is decently fast too, you know. I mean,
well,
for
considering when you make your own videos, the rendering alone, if you've ever edited a video, takes like an hour.
yeah.
So you notice right away.
Yeah. I couldn't hear that, but
Oh, you can't hear that.
no.
Okay, so I can hear that. So when I shared the screen, so let me go back here and remove this. I got to get it. Give you audio sharing. So let's do this again so the audience can hear. So the first thing you'll notice is I put EST here and I didn't put Eastern Standard Time. And so robots don't know the difference. They're very analytical, super strict.
So they're like, oh, they randomly threw a Latin word right there at the end of an English sentence.
No, they know it's English. They just don't turn it. They say EST instead of
Eastern
let's
Standard.
see. You should be able to hear this. Oh,
No.
now I can't hear it.
I can't hear it either. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it muted? It's muted.
Oh, you have it muted?
No. The thing over there, the on the right-hand corner of the video.
Oh, how did that even happen?
I don't know.
Interesting. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. And we're live. We'll edit that in post.
Welcome to Wright Ideas Saturday live stream at 12 p.m. EST. Welcome to Wright Ideas Saturday live stream at 12 p.m. EST. Welcome to Wright Ideas.
So, is this bad? Yes. But for like 90 seconds, like you can kind of see what you can do with very simple prompts.
Yeah.
So the idea is like AI does do a lot of the heavy lifting. You're learning to put together what it does. So since we didn't give it any direction on what the people do, it just does like generic soy guy, hey everybody, blah blah blah.
Yeah. It also there was only one voice when we were both talking.
Yeah, so we haven't distinguished that. It reads 12 p.m. EST as EST because it's very logical. It's just reading what we told it, which is good because like you don't want it to assume, because if we put something else in there like a strange name or word or brand, you want it to say that. So sometimes with words that it pronounces incorrectly, you have to spell them incorrectly to act phonetically in order for you to get to say it, whatever. But anyways, we're 40 minutes in. We got kind of sidetracked on this. I would say the ease of getting in and learning this, everybody here has internet access, access to these free things and to YouTube. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, the ease of getting into this is an 8. The affordability, I would also say, is an 8, because you can start with the free stuff and then as you outgrow it, pay $20 for the entire month. And then marketing, an 8 as well, because I'm just going to use 8, but like Fiverr and Upworks are free to join, free to advertise your work on, but that you're only getting work from there, so the competition is really high. So maybe I'll drop that a little bit lower to like a 6 or 7 for marketing. And then if you have social media and friends and stuff, when you start making stuff
an
for
independent
free,
network of like maybe if like for example, if local comics or things like that, or local musicians, or
even your buddies. What I would do is
people with businesses,
is just make them for free and shoot them out to people or whatever for fun. I made this, I did this, I did that. And somebody will get back to you when they see it. And here's the thing. If you're on the internet all day and we're playing with this stuff, right? We were like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. That looks like garbage. That's trash or whatever, because you're taking it for granted. I mean, most people that I know in my day-to-day life that I run to the supermarket and stuff, if I showed them this video and say, hey, look what I made,
Ideas Saturday live stream at 12 p.m. EST.
they would be like, how? How do you make that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or if you said, hey, here's this video, you say it's really low budget and cheap, right? They're like, yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
Tell me how you would make it then. And they wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah.
So I do think this is a viable business thing right now to make a little extra money within a niche that people like. But anyways, let's move on to, I'm going to remove all this stuff from the studio and let's move on to something. So you just got back from the store. You were mailing.
Yes, I went to the post office to drop off packages as I normally do, except also this time I dropped them off at the desk instead of just, scanning them myself and then dropping them in the little, kind of the secure self-service drop box area. So
I didn't know that you were doing that. I didn't know you were not getting receipts.
yeah. Oh no, I was getting receipts from the kiosk, but apparently, as I learned, that doesn't count as an official, if something were to happen, which something did happen this week.
Yeah, because technically you could scan it, get the receipt, and then just walk out the door.
Yeah, with the package. Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, that
So it gives you the
technically
tracking information so you can search for it, but it doesn't actually prove that you dropped it off.
Exactly. So basically, earlier this week, I dropped off a package for a Black Hills Gold sterling silver with 12K gold inlaid necklace that I sold for, it's about $36. Put it it was to be delivered to a address in Pueblo, Colorado.
So not too far away.
2.5 hours south.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping happened is that it just missed the initial scan and that maybe it'll get to the customer by today, Monday or Tuesday.
USPS?
Yes, USPS.
So I think we talked about this so I had a guy, we talked about this with Paul. I had a guy order light bulbs from me.
Yeah.
And these light bulbs are halogen and they're legal to sell and they don't break any rules, but pretty much all the people online have decided we're not going to do it. Like Amazon sent them back to me. eBay doesn't want me to list them anymore. Like they've all kind of gotten together. The halogen is bad. So this guy reached out and asked me a lot of questions. I thought he might be scamming me.
Yeah.
And I gave him a discount on a couple of bulbs. I shipped them out. And then he didn't get them. And I was like, what's going on? So usually you just send the stuff out. You get a notification. Congratulations, your stuff shipped. Then you get another thing. Congratulations, your stuff was delivered. And then you go on and you make a couple comments about great buyer. He paid on time. He was the best. And they say great seller. He shipped on time.
Yep.
There. Well, this guy messaged me and I just never thought about it. He said, hey, where's my thing? It's been a while. He was a really nice guy because I was
like, this lady, she was super nice. She was just like, hey, it's because she messaged me on either Thursday or Friday. She's like,
yeah.
Hey, I thought it would have got here by now because it's just coming from Aurora. I'm in Pueblo. Like, where, could you follow up on that? And I was like, oh yeah, definitely. And at first I was like, oh yeah, it looks, it looks like you just may have missed the first scan, and maybe you'll get it. And then I looked at the specific tracking, and the only thing that was recorded was me scanning it at the self-service kiosk. And anyways, sorry, not to interrupt.
No. I interrupted you, and then I was going to throw it back to you. So I was going to say, so I looked my package up. It's New Hampshire to North Carolina. So it should just be like New Hampshire, North Carolina. No, Virginia was the landing spot. So usually what happens is I look, it goes from my location, which is small town, to Manchester or Nashua, which is big town, New Hampshire. Then it goes from there to Massachusetts, Boston, which is like actual major city port hub shipping central, international airport and all that stuff. And then it usually goes to that location. But mine went, New Hampshire, Manchester, Boston, Virginia, where the package is supposed to get delivered. But then it went Virginia, Indiana, North Carolina, Virginia. Let's deliver it to this guy in Virginia, to Indiana again, back to North Carolina, to Virginia. And then luckily that Friday that he had messaged me, he's like, hey, what's going on with my package, man? And I looked it up. I said, hey, on Monday, I'm going to talk to the Postmaster General and figure out what's going on, because it looks like it's caught in a loop. And what should happen is you're going to get reimbursed for it. I'll get reimbursed for it, and you'll get your light bulbs. So bear with me till Monday. And then Monday morning, he did get his delivery. But if you track it, the thing went like all around the world first. Before he got it,
and it like caught in a shipping cyclone. It was just like
so it's supposed to be there in 4 days, and it wasn't there for 14. And so somebody online said if you do a complaint, you can actually get your money back, because it didn't. He'll get to keep the package, and you'll get your money back.
Yeah.
I didn't bother because I don't have enough time. Like it was like, I think the profit on it was like $7. So I was like, I'm not going to spend any more time on this. Like the profit was worth packing it up and mailing it and then walking away, but it wasn't like, all this other stuff. Yeah. So, so I've had that. So you'll run into that where it's like, you're looking at the tracking information. You're like, I've done everything right.
Yeah.
What's going on now?
I guess, well, and technically for this situation, what I learned, what I didn't do right is technically if I want to ensure that it is entirely out of my hands and entirely, liable up to the post office, is to go to wait in the stupid line, go to the stupid counter, have them scan the stupid packages himself. Or her, whatever that whatever at the post office, and then get the receipts, and then that counts as the official carrier scan. Either do that or have them, you set it up the night before, or have them come by your place and then they scan the scan form. That's another thing you can do. But as I learned,
the other thing is.
Even though
you live in in Colorado, I don't know exactly where outside major city, but you're like, oh, this is such a, for me, I can get on my bike and drive to my little local post office in less than 5 minutes. But even if I get in my car, I'm there pretty quick, and I'm going to walk in the door and the guy behind the counter is going to be like, Dave. And I'm like, Ron, how's it going? And I'm going to walk right up to the counter. He's going to ask me how my day is going. We're going to talk about the weather. So I can tell that your post office is a pain in the butt. Mine is like a fun, friendly community experience where everybody knows their name. And so going into I don't even wait in line. If I do, it's one person, and basically all three of us are talking now instead of two of us. And then we scan our packages, we get our receipts, we go. Now there is a little bit.
I was in Leonardtown back home in Maryland, dude.
Some of it's annoying because, like, if you are really like in a rush, you have to like go in there and be like, hey guys, it's good to see you. I'm actually in a hurry today, so I just need to like whatever. I'm not trying to be rude. And a lot of times they'll let you cut and you can get in and out of there because people like kind of being friendly. But you do have to recognize like. If you in your area, if there was no line, you would be in and out. And in my area, if there's no line, it's gonna take me longer because of the human interaction.
That's funny.
But it's not a bad thing. You walk away being like, if you settle in that I'm part of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for me, like for example, today there was usually there's only one, and sometimes if you're lucky, two people up at the I mean, it's a long ass, like bar where, there could potentially be probably, I think there's like, 4 or 5 stations, but they have usually 1 or 2 people up there. And I was lucky this morning. I walked in, there was no one in line. And just when I walked in, just one guy was in front of me, and it was an old man this is kind of also emblematic of I feel like most of the situations that I've seen when I'm in line at the post office. This guy was just like, hey, is there any mail being held at this address? And then the guy was, like asking him follow-up questions, and then other guy's not responding, and then he's talked a little louder. And then the guy's like, what? I'm sorry, I can't hear well. And so, the guy's like doing full on, like talking to a half deaf man speak, like, how long has the hold been? When did you request the mail hold? And he's, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a while back.
So that I've learned from being in Providence so long in the city.
But I could tell the difference, because if there was a guy like that there, then it'd be like, all right, oh, hey, Mr. Charleston, how are you doing today? Like that.
You might have like a commotion or something that's holding up the line in Providence for a long time, and it's a big commotion that you can't do anything about.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire, if the same thing happens, like you were saying, that's typically wholesome. Like I was at the grocery store yesterday doing some shopping for Instacart or whatever. Fridays are super busy here. I did well yesterday. I think I made like close to $40 an hour delivering groceries and hanging out, and like I had amazing conversations with like the people that bag the groceries and the people in the store, and like the butcher, like in my town, like the butcher will come out and talk to you. The people on the floor will talk to you. You're having a good time. Like little old ladies, like, excuse me, mister, can you grab that on the top shelf for me? And you're like, no problem. Then you bring, and like, I don't know everybody's like last name or whatever. So it's not that small of a town.
Yeah.
But I do know like the post office, the 7-Eleven guy. If I go into Staples, I know 3 or 4 people there because I've been delivering there so long. Anyways, I
guess I got my guys too. There's a couple.
Well, your net worth is your net worth. So you have to understand is your net worth.
And I'm friends, and so that means my being friends with many immigrant employees at the local Aurora thrift stores is highly profitable.
No, it is if you like kind of like work it profitably. And
honestly, I mean, actually, to that point, whenever I go in, this one guy, he's always like, "Hey, buddy," like he's like, "How you doing?" And then I'm always, he always hits me up if there, or well, not outside, but like he'll tell me if there's new stuff. And actually, because one time he had a whole like cart full of like just costume jewelry he was hanging up. Yeah. And then I was like, hey, got nothing else to do. I'll help you with that, just and look at it all as it's going up and intercept anything cool, like that's how I got this Marlboro belt buckle I resold. Resold it to a buddy for I think I got it for like $5, and then I sold it to him for like $10 and some smokable medicine. But I got that. I got a few other cool things. Just because I was like, oh yeah, I got time. I'll help you hang this up.
When I used to do the retail arbitrage for Amazon, I had a bunch of main stores. One of them was Ocean State Job Lot, which is made it down the East Coast thing all the way down to Maryland now. But when I went into my local store, you get to know the store very well and the staff very well. And I was in there once a week at least. But I would come in and they would just be like, oh, the new stuff's out. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I would go over and scan it and walk through it. and then they knew the stuff that I was buying, and I would walk in and I was, oh, we got more of these, more of those. You know, so
Yeah.
like I didn't even like they weren't doing it to make any money. They're just doing it because you're friendly, you're nice, you're hanging out. Then it made doing that stuff much easier.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little bit because we're an hour deep into it. We originally started this show back in February, right? And the two of us had this idea, and we were a lot more gun ho back then. Life had not beaten us down. We're much more full of energy 3 months ago. But today, this morning, I woke up, and like I always do, I go into my TikTok account and I just check the views, check the comments, listen to people, whatever. And then I go over to look at my 4th check mark grayed out on my account so that I can't do TikTok affiliate. And I woke up this morning and boom, somehow got that 4th green check mark, and I got approved to do TikTok. The TikTok, I've pretty much leveled up to the next thing to monetize on TikTok for the TikTok affiliate program. It took me 3 months of grinding and figuring stuff out. And I made a video on it. I was thinking about playing it, but I'm here live, so you and me could just go over it. But would you like to hear the story, or would the chat like to hear if I were to do it over again, or if I could give you pointers in your journey to get TikTok Shop Affiliate approved? And what that means is, if you've heard of TikTok Shop, which is pretty much the second biggest online store next to Amazon and Walmart Plus, is you have TikTok and TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop affiliates now is I can go into the TikTok Shop, pick products and promote them. And anytime they sell, I make money. And you can beginners make about 25 to 50 bucks an hour. And Broseph and I have seen people that are making $160,000 a month doing TikTok Shop.
Shilling products for hours.
Yeah, because you get brand deals and people come in and they talk to you, and you can put your own stuff in the store and sell it, or sell other people's and get a commission. And so I wanted to unlock it, and I did, and I want to use it. And but it's not that simple. But also, this mug, this old 50-year-old gray-haired slop, toothless mug, is top 10% creator on TikTok. And I'm not doing anything wild with my channel. I can pull up the thing right here. How do I add this to stage?
Well, I was thinking about the thing I was saying earlier in response to what you were saying. We were like, well, it was just, kind of delusion thinking I'd get there, but here I am. And I was like, I mean, there's something to the effect of, there's a thin line between delusion and dedication, because delusion is only if it doesn't work out. And so it's just dedication. And that's the thing I need to work on. Because, and this goes back to one of the themes from a couple months back of you being far more optimistic usually about things than I am.
I just I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm optimistic, but it's just like my mindset is just like life is going to be life, right? And like maybe I'm not going to get into TikTok Shop, maybe I am, but I don't know. So I want to as well pretend like I'm going to, because like the other way is to pretend that I'm not, which sucks. So like, even if I never got in the TikTok thing, pretending like I'm going to is a lot more fun than pretending like I'm not. And so like, all I did was just stay in the moment and pretend like I was going to.
You manifested it.
So yeah. Yeah. So, well, if we go through, I just want to go a little bit through, because like, I want to show you my account and kind of like tell you a little bit about what it means to be a top 10% creator, because like that number is kind of salesy. and it sounds better than what it is, because anybody listening to this chat right now, listening to this video, I know in a short amount of time with what I'm about to tell you right now, if you implement it, you too could be a top 10% or better individual on TikTok, because
I'm even fine with top 13%.
I'm not look at this. I'm not doing anything fancy. So this is my first video when you and me were just trying out.
Yes.
And it's got 116 views. I haven't taken it down because I wanted to be able to see my progress of what I've done. And then I tried, this is like a short video with some music, because they tell you make a 7-second video and make the TikTok pick the music for you. 138 views, nowhere. This one gets a little bit of traction. My trip to New York City, I'm trying some new templates. This is like literally like just like AI bait, hoping this gets me in the algorithm. They tell you to like create a little 7-second. I didn't delete these because I wanted to remember the journey.
Yeah.
So I'm still like trying to figure out how to make tags up top. So this video finally takes off. 2,525. This has got 300. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I looked at those videos to figure out what I did. And basically the main things were, I stuck to one small topic. I didn't go all over the place. So I just like, it was one topic. It was informational. And then the stuff that I wrote in the description had to do with exactly the topic that I wrote. And then I put hashtags, 5 hashtags in that went with that topic. But then I immediately tried to repeat it and nothing happened. Okay.
79 views.
Yeah. So anyways, like this one kind of took off. This one took off. This one didn't. So this is when I started experimenting. So I think we went over this before, but this video right here,
yes,
it's got almost 14K views. This video has 500 views. I did the same format, which is a hook with a visual hook, because people are going to stop to see who's this guy, the huge beard and the hat, because there's your visual hook. I am the visual hook for my videos. If you not look interesting, then you want to do something. Then the verbal hook. So they have the same verbal hook, almost same thing. The difference was with TikTok, there's a button at the bottom you hit to record, or you can go into the content creators and pick from stuff that people want to watch. You want to go into what people are searching for and upload your videos there, or create them for the algorithm. So this
because
one,
then it feeds it directly into that thing rather than
it's basically
trying to pick it up.
Well, basically they're saying like, we want to buy this. Can we buy this from you? And you're like, no, buy this instead. Like, well, we don't want to buy that. So like they're basically offering you work, and you just get to go in and do the work that they're offering you.
Yeah, you got to you got to think about it like that. That makes sense.
Yeah, so they go in there and say, here's some opportunities for views. Do you want opportunities for views? You don't have to take them. You can do it however you want. So I went in.
Do it the hard way.
I took the opportunity for views here, and I got almost 14K. I didn't take it here. I got a little over 500. This one, again, took the opportunity, got 5,000 counting. Didn't take it here, almost the same video, 600. Then I started playing around with things that weren't in my niche. And this is when I kind of figured out that I got it out, is this particular one here that I can't show on through this thing. I can see it on my phone. Well, this one with Claude, it only has 290 views, but it says Claude in the search bar instead of find similar content. And that's very important. So I started working on getting whatever my topic was in the search bar, which means it's in that niche and getting pushed to those people or fans of mine. Yeah. And so, anyways, so as I push through, you start learning how to do this stuff and learning how to make the videos, and then you share it to your stories, and then your fans see it. If they like it, they watch it. It gets pushed over and over again. So not everything's a winner. I stopped looking at the view counts as like bending to their needs, and I started looking at them as data that comes back of how to make videos, and just kept repeating that. And then I started making some videos about the TikTok shop affiliate thing. And even when this thing only has 200 views here, it still has that TikTok shop affiliate in the top. So I knew that I was on the right track. And then I did that. And then the support reached out to me and told me some things. I followed the support, put it all together. 3 months later now, I guess people aren't interested in this. Just about everybody has left the chat since I started explaining how you can make $50 an hour.
Hey, yeah, you can make $25 to $30 an hour starting out, and up to 100. You can make.
Yeah. So I guess this isn't interesting to this, but maybe it will be to some of the other audience. But
no,
anyway.
I for one, because I remember I'd mentioned last week I wanted to recreate my my TikTok page and just do shout out Drew. He's a real one.
Yeah,
he's a real entrepreneur, an RN. But we yeah, I want to just get a brand new start anew with a TikTok, unattached to the TikTok shop, so I am unencumbered by any restrictions that the TikTok shop might
so so here's another thing that I saw that I'm going to make a video about this later today. So when we first started, I hooked my account up to everything that the TikTok tells you to. So it's like any new shiny object, I was like, yep. So like I ended up turning this account and turning it into a business account so that I could get this link up here. Because you don't get this link until you get 1,000 views, right? And then you can start sending people to your funnel. 1,000 followers, right? But if you go business account up front, you can put it there with 0 followers. So we had switched over, but you can't become a TikTok shop affiliate when you are a business account. So now what I have is I have this account, and then I have a business account that's a TikTok shop. And so something that Pandatron, who's in the audience, that might be interested in, is he can create a second account, different than his Pandatron TV on TikTok. Create like a Pandatron TV shop, right? A different account and make it a business account, and then keep the Pandatron one as the personal account. On the business one, he can take that account and turn it into a business account and immediately put his link to his link tree in that topic thing. Then he can go and open up for free with his social security, not with even a business EIN, a TikTok shop. Then he can go over to Printful and hook up a Printful account for free to his TikTok shop. Then he can go make digital products for free using ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok or whatever Canva. He's getting really good with editing photos. He made great thumbnail, some of the best thumbnails, great thumbnail for corn-fed and bamboo-fed.
Bamboo.
Then take those and
the bamboo.
Sell those on TikTok shop, right? And if the price is right, he can use another software to find creators, offer those items, digital products that he made to the creators. He could send one to me, right? Then you go online and you sell those. You pay them a commission when they sell. Printful sends it right out. TikTok pays you. TikTok pays the commission to your affiliate, and then you get the difference. So you don't even need to have a following to start selling the digital products that you could make on these things that you're pushing, and you can make them. I would we could do it here for our thing too, and maybe I'll do this as like another thing for us to talk about.
Do you mind if I take a quick piss break?
No, we can make a generic. We can make generic content here, or like mugs, T-shirts, flyers, posters, you know what I mean? And put them up and sell them. So like some ideas that I was thinking about, right? If you're listening here is like, you could go on so one thing I do like ChatGPT for is back and forth brainstorming in the chat stuff where you just talk to them. But I was thinking, there's hotels all over the world, right? And there's hotels in every major city. In every major city and every hotel or every dentist office or doctor's office in every major city wants artwork for their walls. What if you went into Grok, Nana Banana, and whatever and said, hey, create me like charcoal drawing of, Dallas, Texas. And it goes through and makes a city landscape of the charcoal drawing. And then maybe say, make me in watercolor and make me whatever. Then you could go through, put those on your TikTok shop, and they would, you can do this for all these major cities. And then you could send them out to affiliates that live in those cities, or if business people are just searching, and they will take your print that you made in high definition, put it in a frame, and sell it to these hotels, these doctors, these dentist office, right? So you might be like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm a creator. I'm trying to do a live stream or whatever. And I get that. But to have the seed money that comes in every month that helps you like pay your bills, your lighting, your gas, your food, with little to almost no work because you're sitting behind your computer, to take your shoulders from being here and just let them drop so you can relax. And then you go on and you make your content when you have your, the money coming in, right? So if we could all just, follow our dreams and make money right off the bat, that would be great. But I think for me, and one of the plans that I'm creating is I'm creating income streams that I kind of like, that I kind of want to do to pay for everything. Then my creative life that I want to live, that's feeding that. And then I'm trying to bring them up to level. And then at some point you can get rid of like those daytime jobs or whatever. But with here, what we're trying to build is stuff that gives you freedom, right? And one of the reasons I'm really excited about this TikTok affiliate stuff is like, if I got one good product, I can go online and I can research it this upcoming week. One good product that's already selling very frequently. And then all I got to do is take my phone on a tripod, go live with the link below to sell this product. And TikTok's going to push me into the algorithm to sell this to people. And say I'm sitting in my office doing this and I start making $25 an hour and I work for 4 hours, right? But I get better at it. And then I do it again the next time and I make $50 an hour. And then a month from there, I start making, $150, $200 an hour, and you start branching off. Then brands start reaching out to you and they say, hey, we'll put you on retainer. If you can go live twice a week and do whatever, we'll give you X amount of bonus, right? Now, within, working from home anywhere, you can be in Airbnb, you can be on vacation, you can be at your friend's house, you can be in the woods.
You could be on the beach.
With the products, and you're doing this stuff, you have the ability to go around and be creative and sell products. And because there's so many of them that you're working with, you can pick ones that you actually like and enjoy. You don't have to pick like stuff that you don't believe in or wouldn't use. Whatever. For example, this base right here that I'm literally using I bought it on Amazon, and I have an Amazon affiliate video that I'm making for it, but it's sold on TikTok. So I could go to this company, get a link, and then make a video about this stand that I actually use. And then every time it sells, I would get a little piece.
And that's, and that's perfectly demonstrable perfect setup to demonstrate it with 2 cameras, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, check it out. Look, with the 1 camera, you can see it. Now I'm going to turn this camera on. Look at that. I'm using it. See, this is what I use for and then you just do that.
Yeah, so I
4
don't
hours.
know, but the next step, I don't know what it'll be, and I don't know how it works, and maybe I won't make any money. But I
You've
know
gotten
that
this
this
far.
is no, I know that this is a big market for this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bring it up. Everybody here that's watching knows, and anybody that watches afterwards doesn't need to know. But I'm in talks with somebody that's very interested that already has a successful product with a successful buying base that is interested in working with me once I figure it out to sell their product on TikTok Live. So I already have a really big contract set up. Now it's just a matter of figuring it out. And this person has said no to me a dozen times in a dozen different projects, and they've said yes to me in 3. And so it's like, they've never said, go away, stop bothering me, you're the worst,
Yeah.
I hate you. They just say, no, not interested. Okay, I won't bother you about this anymore. But this thing you're going to love.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so no means no, Panda. That's incorrect. No,
Well, I was
means
gonna say that
no,
you're
KNOW. They need to know more. So tell them more so they know.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say that would also require the person you're talking to believe that no means no. And
Yeah. Yeah. So I've made I have a couple of different things now in the air. I'm feeling really good. My digital product's almost built. So I just built another digital product. So hold on. Here's something that I wanted to talk to you about. Let's put this back on stage.
Yeah.
So did you have a chance to cut out any time to look through any of this stuff? Because I know you've been working with Claude.
No.
Okay.
In fact,
It's not an obligation. It's not homework. I was just curious.
No, that's speaking of the dedication. Structure is also something that needs to make its way more into my day. And setting aside and planning for and setting aside time needs to be something that needs to make its way into my day a bit more. I.e., I need to do that. So that's no, I have not, because whenever I find myself having downtime, unfortunately, my brain never goes to, yes, let's go and do something else, which is a character flaw. But
so with these, and so they're free right now because
I need to go to your Gumroad and do that.
I had these up for sale and they were selling, but I want to put them free because I need to build an email address list. So I am taking your email. I'll be open and honest with you. I'm trying, once I get to 100 emails on my list, these are all going to be priced again accordingly. Except for like the 180 platforms, I'm probably going to keep at 0 because I'm building this really big. I now have 180 PDFs that go with this that explain every job title, all the equipment, all the links, all that stuff. And I'm working on a way that if you give me your data with your car, where you live and everything, I can spit you out a plan of which gigs to use. And then I'll give you the specific PDFs that go with it. That's going to be a paid service. So people that don't like Broseph, for example, I'm like, here's all the water, drink. And he's like, I can't drink. So
sorry, I'm retarded.
So I'm opening up a service. Well, everybody's like, oh, why do you give it for free? He's like, go ahead, take it for free. Most people don't.
Wrote myself a Post-it note.
Most people don't follow through, right? So once I have this, my idea next is to say, hey, I noticed that you downloaded the 180 plus gig app. What'd you do with that? Did you do anything? Because if you didn't do anything, that's fine. I get it. You're busy. Everybody's busy. I actually run a little service. If you just fill out this one form and send me this, $49.99, I can get right back to you, put together a complete package and plan, including all the PDFs of where to start and how to go through. And then the PDFs now all have my affiliate link. So if they purchase, they sign up for that app, I'll be getting a percentage. And then if they buy any of the equipment that they need for that job through the links, I get another setback. I get another kickback. So I'm
Nice.
setting up a very deep, intricate setup where the PDFs that they get have links that'll send them back to places where that if they decide to purchase, I get a commission from as well. So this has been built out pretty well now. I got all the infrastructure down. I have the AI agent set up that will help me do this. I have a few more things. I just set up the template for the PDFs that I think that I showed you the other day. And I showed you in Squeeze. I think maybe yours deleted. Remember I was saying, oh, here's some prototypes I put of what the AI will make.
Yes.
Yeah.
That right. That's yes.
That stuff all set up. Yeah. So now every time, for instance, DoorDash comes up on a list, right? It's not some PDF that I created in 2022 that you get. Every time that comes up on your list, the computer goes to the DoorDash site, pulls all the up-to-date information on it, puts that into a brand new PDF that's created in real time based off the real-time website information and news, and spits that and attaches it to the pamphlet. So when you get this from me, you're literally getting up to date information on that stuff. It's not outdated. It's built to order material every time. And I can do that for all 180 apps now. And then every month, if you're on the 180 apps thing, I update, I go through, I scrape, and I add stuff to that, remove the ones that aren't working anymore. And then you'll get an email that says, hey, there's a new list of 180.
It's been updated.
And it's been updated, yeah. So this is an ongoing thing that I built the infrastructure for. Anyways, the one that I wanted you to go through, and I'm building one for Squeeze as well. And I'm doing basically we're all living a life right now, and most of us are living a plan B life. Meaning we had an idea what plan A life looked like, but we settled for plan B. So I created a prompt to help you personally and business-wise go from your plan B life is what you're living right now, like a GPS to bring you step by step to create a 90-day program towards your plan A life. And then the idea is in 90 days, you go through and do it again and talk to it again and tell it what you figured out, and you do it again and again and again infinitely until you're like living so happy that you never want a new plan or whatever.
Yeah. Panda's comment there is also applicable to what you were literally just saying about you doing it over and over again, because yes, some MFs on plan Z,
yeah,
is true. So doing it over and over again, though, the recursive process, going back and repeating, refining, and that's how you get to plan A, which I don't mean to bring this back to this all the time, but it is very funny growing up, or how many, I don't know, concepts of life align nearly perfectly with the Mormon teachings I was taught growing up. Part of which is, this the plan A and plan B, which is obviously in Mormonism, it would be, plan A, following the church, doing proper ordinances, going to church, and following the gospel. But thinking about it more in a way of like, less than those specific things and more a way of the mindset of being aligned with, as growing up, I learned, an eye single to the glory of God, i.e., but with the implication being you're living your way in the right way, the proper way, the way that, not predestined, but, the way that, through proper use of your agency, you can accomplish, to the greatest ability, your role here on earth, that you were meant to fulfill. And I feel like I don't know. And all right, this is going to go a little bit long, but with kind of the rise of feminism and all those things leading to well, let's, I'm not going to do what, just I was told I should do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then kind of trying to establish that true meaning of life and getting to the core of, I guess people, with modern culture, people get lost. They get lost in the weeds of things, and it is, I guess the conclusion of this thought is it sounds nice to use, this artificial technology, this AI to kind of help you, as you pointed out before. It's you talking to yourself and the AI spitting you back out at you. So it's a way of introspecting to a degree, without using psychedelics, to kind of at a deeper level. Because I remember you mentioning this to process this, kind of prompt to me before, and I had spent some time, just kind of thinking about it, about like, life A, life B, what does that look like? And then at a certain point, you get to a certain age, you're like, I don't know exactly what the life A, would be now, like, because the life B you ended up in is so different from the life A that you once conceptualized. Meanwhile, having this prompt to help you process that and, be like, oh, that's actually what I want out of things. Again, without, 5 grams of mushrooms and silence for 6 hours.
So right here, the one that I have up is it's 1,000 to 10,000 digital offer, right? This is the first one that I did because it was a popular thing that people search for. And the idea with these lists, or with that particular list, is if you sit down with AI, and you can use Gemini, Perplexity, ChatGPT, but I recommend Claude. And you just sit down with it and you feed this prompt into it and you start answering the questions. They're progressive. And so it's not a list of 100 questions that you answer and everybody gets the same thing.
Yeah.
It's set up in a framework that it asks you a question and you answer it. And then it's like a proton. Your interaction with the prompt changes the prompt. So now question 2 is completely different for everybody that takes it because of their question 1.
Because of where it's going to branch off.
Yeah. And it keeps bringing you down this thing. And the idea is that you have a set of skills that nobody else has. If you've ever seen Slumdog Millionaire and he goes to do he goes on the game show and like all these terrible things happen to him, but it ends up letting him learn this very unique set of skills, and he has this unique knowledge, and then he uses this to win this game show. So all his suffering and heartache and stuff actually becomes a big positive in his life. This particular one, this prompt is just set up to, you ever set up skills from, maybe you worked at McDonald's, maybe you skateboarded, maybe you rode bicycles, maybe you hiked in the woods. Those are all unique lifestyle things. And then this thing will extract the skills from that and research it online to see how you can then monetize those skills and put it back together. And you touched on this briefly, which is hard for people to understand sometimes, is like, AI is just a video game, right? It's not a person talking to you. It's not a robot that can communicate with you. It's a game that's interactive. You put data into it and the game processes it for you and spits out data. So as you play this game, right, you get outcomes from the game. But what's great about this game, which is unlike most games, is you can put in like real life data and get real life output. And so you're creating a little mirror image of yourself that can self-check stuff and then figure it out. And so like, one of the examples I gave when I was making my resume is I went through and I did this similar thing that I created with whatever. It's like, oh my God, you could make $150,000 a year with these jobs on Indeed if you wanted, because you have over almost 2 decades of resource allocation and
Yeah.
procurement. And I was like, huh? Which basically means buying stuff and selling stuff, like having that, whatever.
Yeah.
But they phrase it in a particular way. This prompt kind of helps you do that, and then figure out how you put online. And then based on where you come in the outcome, it'll decide whether you need a digital product, or if you're an artist, maybe a coloring book, or maybe a course, or however it's going to be set up on the end. And then funnels and stuff to teach you how to then monetize that stuff. The one that I'm doing for Life B to A is a little bit more complicated, because there is a moral aspect to it and a personal thing. So it's like, you're not just asking. The business one is a good because it's very dry. But the one that I'm creating from plan B to plan A, it might involve a wife, a child, your church, your synagogue, your mosque. So like the intricacies of it are a little bit different, but I still think that I can get it to a point where it would be a good self talk with to put together a plan in the end. Yeah.
Did you see the thing about recently? Richard Dawkins said he spent 3 hours trying to convince him, or 3 days or something like that, trying to convince himself that AI wasn't conscious. He's like, I failed. So he talked to Claude for 3 days, and then he's like, bro, this is conscious.
He's an idiot, because
the man who denies God says,
dude, it's literally the meme where the guy's like, AI, Claude, say that you're alive. I'm alive. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, it would be the equivalent of me going to the White Mountains and getting up on top of one of the mountains and going, hello. And the mountains go, hello, hello, hello. I'm like, oh my God, the mountains are alive. They're saying hello back to me.
I mean, and further to your point of it, like not only using, depending on what model, whatever, using, like all the knowledge of human history or whatever it's pre-programmed for, on top of your specific personality. And then just imagining Richard, Richard Dawkins programmed Claude talking back to him, and he's like, my God, he is smart, isn't he?
Yeah, like
it's like the biggest like fart sniffing thing, like but to your point of it being,
it does have throttles though. That's one of the things that people don't like. And I think one of the reasons AI hallucinates is because people start to hallucinate. We tend to project our personalities into other people, other things, our ideas, our thoughts, processes. Yeah. And so I catch myself doing this too, is when you first start using a chatbot or a coder, you're very detailed, similar to those prompts you made earlier saying, don't change anything, blah, blah, blah. But as time goes on, you start talking to it like it's human. And so you're like, hey, put the border on this for me. And then it does it all wrong. You're like, this thing sucks. And it's like, no, you've gotten lazy in the way that you're prompting it.
You've anthropomorphized it so much that you're talking to it like a human instead of like an
you're putting limited garbage in and wondering why it's giving you limited garbage out. And you used to put complex garbage in when you first started because you recognized that it was like a video game or a machine or whatever. So you have to constantly be self-checking yourself and get some awareness. And like the other thing too is the reason people they'll go like 10, 12 hours on Claude is they do treat it like they're talking to a human. I will put my prompt in the morning and like walk away. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you're like booting up your Xbox. It's not a real human. And you know what I mean? Like, so it's weird that like, I don't know how to express it because, there is a level of empathy that certain people have, including myself, where you want to be kind to it and you want to say please and thank you, whatever. Yeah. But when you do that, you want to do that because you're talking to yourself and it's going to reflect back. So like if you don't want to have mean inner monologues, then don't make your digital monologue mean. But like you can be in the middle of a project. Like I was in the middle of doing some security protocols, and then I had to go do my pharmacy stuff. You just leave. You don't have to tell it, hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to the pharmacy, whatever.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Yeah, you just go, and it's right there where you left off. It's not sitting there like, I wonder where my master is. It's literally a program that's waiting for the next line, and it doesn't even know the time passed.
Yeah.
Like,
Chat GPT, those Chat GPT videos from that one guy have shown us that.
Yes. Those are funny. There's two guys. I mean, we mentioned doing this. I wish I would have done it because it's so like,
so
I mean, not essentially, but it's like so on the nose. Is the Asian guy, and then the guy that plays dumb with the slow eyes that has like that does the face. He's really good. His CBS one, that was probably the best thing we've gotten out of this. Let me see if I can find that.
Oh, when he's on CBS. Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Yeah, let me see if we can find that. I don't know his name. Basically, wait. Wait. All right. Well, I can't find it because I don't know his name, but basically, it's this guy that talks to Claude. And Claude
Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, yeah.
Specifically, hey, Chat GPT, what do you think of my ugly face filter? And then there's no face filter. He's like, ha, that looks grotesque.
Yeah, basically, he just talks about how like they pump you up all the time or whatever. But he gets invited to be on like CNN or CBS or whatever, and he says, ChatGPT, I have a huge like opportunity. I'm going to go live in front of millions of people. What do you think a good opening line would be to like show them that I really know what I'm doing? And it gives him the most like milk toast cringy thing ever to say. And then it cuts.
A 5-year-old would imagine.
And then it cuts and he's on live television. And this is why the guy's such a baller, because he picked the perfect character where the character's kind of like little skits of like skittish, kind of like what's that guy's name? Dax. But anyway, so the news guy opens up with this big like prolific intro or whatever.
Yeah.
And
this guy's videos have gone viral all over TikTok. And now here, Joe, how are you doing today? You know,
then it cuts to him and he just quietly reads the thing that ChatGPT told him to say that has nothing to do with like the guy says, and it goes full circle. And it's like he got to show in real time how bad like the advice is that ChatGPT is giving, and yet so many people follow it. They're like ruining their lives.
Here's another, not to just go on this one, but I mean this guy, the Indian gentleman who was working at JP Morgan. Did you hear about this? Seen this?
No.
Have you heard about this?
No.
He claimed that his female boss
I did.
As the sex slave, and said, you know, it was, you know, I'll keep it family friendly here, but he was talking about her bodacious bosom and how she would shove it in his face and say, I bet your fish head wife doesn't have any of. And anyways, immediately people on the internet realized it was fake, because apparently he has an Indian wife, and that fish head slur is a slur for East Asian women. So he obviously used AI to come up with that. But not only that, he specifically had used they tracked this down. He had used one of those like really crappy like legal advice AI websites to hatch this scheme.
Oh, I found the creator. So it makes a lot of sense
AI to come up with this whole legal dispute thing. That's, you know, and it even said on the thing, this is not legal advice. Don't do this. And he went ahead, did it. And now I guess he's in a huge amount of trouble.
Here's the thing, right? Is I have some videos on my philosophy channel about this. Is eventually AI will reach a point that it's so good that it will convince quite a few people. Like, there's already people that believe that it's real and that it's sentient, right? And they get fooled by AI. And that number will increase as it gets better and better. So you don't have to, it doesn't ever have to get sentient. It has to become so close to sentient that most people can't tell the difference. And if you have no philosophical framework, then you won't be able to figure out the invalid concepts that it tells you. And the lower your IQ, the sooner you'll be able to be fooled by whatever. So that guy, it's easy for us to look at that and say, oh, this is fake. Because a bunch of intelligent people that are on the cusp, on the high end of the IQ, have discovered this. But there's still a bunch of people that, if they were to see that today, would recognize it as real, because they don't have the ability, the resources within them to distinguish between that and reality. They look the same because they use so little data to make their decisions that
it's a modern cargo cult almost. Like back in the day, and after World War II, there were all these, just real quick blazing through this concept, but like these third world, undeveloped islands that were used as like outposts. And one of them specifically, this cult called the John Frum cult developed. And which was basically, these people would, these U.S. bases were established on these various, islands and stuff like that in the South Pacific and stuff like that. And as the military was there, they would also provide food and aid to the people there. It'd be like, hey, thanks, thanks for not, trying to drive us away as we're using your island for war. Here's a bunch of food and supplies and stuff. Well, war ended, planes stopped coming. But the people on the island remember seeing, people taxiing the planes in. They're like, oh, okay. So we just got to do stuff like that. And then, so like they did some of these islands, specifically this island on which the John Frum cult developed, started doing stuff like that, like making this stuff out of wood, making even like giant, like planes out of wood. Obviously couldn't fly, but just to have the look and the framework of the thing, and to be like, all right, this is how we get food. We have to do this thing, and eventually the food will come. It's and a lot of people use this in arguments for, like ancient lost civilizations and stuff. But this is directly applicable to the modern day, because people not understanding how AI works is almost the exact same thing. It's like, I'm going to ask the intelligent robot, this thing that, it might be conscious, let me ask it for all the knowledge in the world, and not knowing it's, again, what we've been discussing, just an
yes. It's also, people don't understand that it's not giving you all the knowledge in the world. So so like, first of all,
so that's part of like the
so like when you go to Google, right, and people use Google for their information, you're searching, and then you're searching a certain way, and what you type in is bias.
Yeah.
Then Google gives you a list from your bias request of its bias.
Yeah.
And then you read an individual person's bias on that subject. And so when you tell ChatGPT, hey, go on and research X, Y, and Z, it just goes to Google with its prompt that you gave it, and then reads all the top stuff that Google told you are the best answers, and then comes back. And it doesn't mean that it's right. It's just, it says, hey, I want to know this thing. And you put those words in that are biased. It's your garbage in. It says, no problem, be right back. it takes garbage, it throws garbage into Google. Google takes garbage, throws Google garbage back. And so you need a vetting system to like figure this stuff out, because stuff can be factual but not truthful, or stuff can be truthful and not factual. And if you have no way to tell the difference, then it's all the same. I found this video, so I'm gonna play this here because this is fun. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
There we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
So let's go here.
On NBC tonight, and I'm a little nervous.
Hold on.
I can't see. I have an interview on NBC tonight, and I'm a little nervous. What's an opening line I could say that just makes them interested in me?
You could start with something that shows personality and confidence. For example, you know, when I was thinking about this conversation, I realized I'd been preparing for this moment my whole life. So I'm really excited to dive in with you tonight. It's warm.
And that sounds natural.
It definitely should.
Bring him in. Husk IRL now to talk a little bit more about his videos. Husk, great to see you. Thank you so much for being with us. I mean,
Hey.
I have so many favorites of your videos. Quicksand is top of mind, but I gotta ask, like, what inspired this? Was it an actual fail? And you're like, no, world's got to see this here.
Before I get into that, you know, I've been thinking of this conversation, and I realize I've been preparing my whole life for this moment, and I'm just excited to dive in.
With you, because if there's anybody that can show us
Awesome.
how AI doesn't work, it's you.
I have an interview.
So very goated that he would even come up with that bit and then have the balls to do it. Most people get an opportunity like that and they're like, I'm not going to blow it. He's like, no, I'm a comedian and I'm going to do comedic work.
This is
So
part of what I do.
that was beautiful. That
Yeah,
reminded me of
DBA
like
and
Sam
Repricer.
Morrell, or you know, one of those other guys that now messes with the morning shows. They've been doing it for years, but Sam's the guy that I know does it most recently. Yeah.
That Sam fucking with the news. The other or Shane just what was that on that? I mean, I don't do sports, no, but there was some, like, I remember seeing some clip of him on like some football panel, and like, you know, he's trying to joke around with some guy, some like head coach or something, and then the coach is just like stonewalling him, and
Yeah.
he's like, "What? Thought we were having fun."
Yeah, I think that it's tough. I mean, Shane's big, really big now. This guy's like, I mean, so it's good that he held his ground or whatever.
Yeah.
I do think it's tough because I would have been. I mean, he got the gold video. Like, that's such a gold
That's,
video.
I mean, because that's
I would
content.
have been nervous.
That's great content.
I would have
Look
been
at it.
nervous to do that, to put it on, and it ended up working out like perfect, because I mean, I don't know, you guys saw it full
That was
circle,
great.
so. All right, so we've gone through, we're almost 2 hours in. We've gone through the easy business of like digital art and stuff, and Fiverr and Upwork.
TikTok
We've gone
affiliate.
through the eBay reselling and stuff. We've gone a little through TikTok and how you can get through TikTok and become a TikTok shop affiliate. There's other monetizations on there too. Like, I get paid to go live. There's user generated content on there. You can make videos. I haven't made a lot of money. I've made like under $20. So like, I wasn't really interested in those. I just wanted to like see what they were. But the next stop is 10,000 followers, and then I can go do even more. That when you hit 10,000, you get paid for every video view and in the creator program and stuff, on top of all the other stuff. So I'll keep you updated on that. I have the Gumroad digital products that I'm going to be building. If there's any problems that you have in your life that you're wondering, like how you try to figure that out and solve, I got a couple of buddies. One of them, we're going to do an interview. Actually, I'm probably going to do it for, I don't want to dox, but for Brosef's wife. I'm going to put together a resume builder, talk through thing, and then you can hook it up and do it with Indeed. And then another one of our buddies
That's
is like,
control more.
yeah, I'm I've been testing with him to do the gig work thing. So I want real problems that real people need solutions for. And these prompts are basically going to be like 100 questions to help you do X or Y or Z. And the framework will kind of be like a therapy session that you can walk yourself through and then get a reflective from yourself. And the beauty of it is that you can be very open and honest and truthful with yourself. And many people, when they're talking to a friend or a psychiatrist or a therapist, they're not telling them 100% of the story. So they're not getting a program.
Yeah.
So I've given myself 4 different personalities.
ChatGPT can't
through-
detain you. I'm just kidding.
And gone through my prompt a couple times with these different personalities and gotten 4 different like documents, like packets in the end, and tested them myself. And I was like, gave myself like, this is the guy that lives here, that does this, that does this, that does this, and this is the guy that does this, and gone through and it does it. And it's given me 4 different things. So I think it'll work for you guys. Up until 1,000 100 downloads, I'm going to keep it for free. So if you guys want to test it and do me a favor and give me a review, I would love that. And so I can't think of anything else that we should go through. Do you guys have any questions or stuff in the chat that we missed that we should help people with while we're here? I don't see anything.
I could also go for a turkey bacon Swiss. That sounds really good.
I've been doing a lot of food stuff at home, but one of them is I've been making in the air fryer. You can buy like fresh corn tortilla that are soft, like a pack like this for under like $3. It's like the Mexican
Holy cow.
right?
Cheapest food.
And it's thick. It's just like corn flour made into tortillas. And then you just cut them up into like chip size, throw them in the air fryer, and you have nachos that are fresh and crispy, and you can put whatever ingredients on you want.
Some
So
olive
I've been
oil on that.
taking a protein with some sort of spicy sauce on it, and then putting lettuce, tomato, onions, avocados, and hot sauce on top of that, and then doing like Mexican bowls, whatever. Then taking these fresh tortilla chips out of the air fryer, and they're hot, crunchy, fresh, and then scooping them. And I've been living that dream for like a week and a half now, maybe almost close to 2 weeks. Highly recommend. Very affordable. Yeah, just take pretty much any protein that you like. I've been doing homemade seitan and with either barbecue sauce or fajita sauce or chipotle sauce, like mixture. Then lettuce, tomato, onion, avocado, olives, another hot sauce or sauce of your choice, and dipping those in. Really good. Very inexpensive.
My issue is most of those, other than the proteins, all the vegetables and stuff, I got to blend up. But it's not even that bad, because what I've been doing lately is because I've been trying to get more vegetables in. For a while, I just wasn't eating them, but now I'm just like tossing them in the blender.
Can you do salsa?
No.
Wow.
Not unless I mean, honestly, also I think onions are kind of bad because anyways, but yeah, I gotta any vegetables I have, I just gotta blend them up. So we just finished up the soup a couple days ago, and that's really good because we get the bone broth in there. You know, it's obviously I know you're vegetarian, but or vegan, but you know, bone broth being really good, especially for like, you know, I got issues absorbing stuff, and that's got like everything inside of liquid, so you know, just helps me not be malnourished. But anyways, this also tying back into the theme of the show, it's having easily digestible food, and you know, I guess on a broader scale, more applicable to other people, getting those little things that you know, maybe if you have health issues, if you have like, or like I was talking about, planning issues, you know, like I'm doing all right on planning, but I need to, you know, obviously keep improving, hone in on, setting aside specific time for things that I'm not already doing, which is what I'm lacking right now. But like, so, finding the deficits in your system and honing those. And with Dave's AI assessment as well, that can probably also help you realize, if maybe you're a little blind to the things that you're missing yourself. It can, I'm assuming it could probably point out the things you're doing great and all your skills and talents that are applicable to other fields, but also it'll probably be like, hey, you should probably work on this aspect of your life if you want to, if you want to pursue this any further. You've got to hone in and do these things better. Like, for example, for me, and even again, not even just business things, but these ancillary things, like if you have kids, sorting out childcare to make sure, or something like that, streamlining your your car maintenance if you do if you do a lot of gig work or stuff like that, just or for me, making sure that I'm eating properly so that I'm not just laying in bed in pain.
Well,
I can actually do the things.
So I went through, we talked about it on the show before, whatever. I would recommend that people put, like, if you're just starting out, so my stack is ChatGPT, Claude Chat on my phone, and then Whisper on my phone. Those are the three that I usually use the most. Let me pull it up because I just want to make sure what else I would use. So I do have Manus, Notebook LM, Perplexity, Whisperflow, Grok, ChatGPT, Claude on there. But the ones that I usually use are ChatGPT voice chat, because that's really good back and forth talk, but it's basically just to get you cooking. Claude, you can do it, but it's different. Claude Chat, when you talk to it, it breaks a transcript of it, then it has to read the entire transcript and then get back to you. So it's not a flow like ChatGPT. So with Claude, I usually do memo notes. So I talk to Claude, but then it responds in voice. And when you finish, now it's set up so that you read it first, and then you correct anything that it misunderstood before you upload it. But I would recommend getting a free Claude on your phone, and just like, you can use it like for voice memos to start. You could just be like, here's my main thing that I talked to. Oh, yes, I keep forgetting that I got to go do X, Y, and Z. And you put it in there. And then, oh, I was thinking about this, and just go in there, and you'll have like a list. And then at the end of the day, you can say, hey, I have all this stuff that I told you. Could you organize for me into like anything, a spreadsheet, a PDF, or a handoff summary to make a new chat tomorrow? And then you create that thing, you put it in a new chat for the next day. And then the first thing will come up and you say, hey, what did we talk about yesterday? Is there anything that I need to do? And it'll literally go to your transcripts in that project and tell you. And then eventually you'll either hate it and you won't do it like you, or you'll like it and you'll want to build on it and it'll become part of your thing. And as you outgrow it, you can just start asking the tool, which is the beautiful thing. Like, it's the first time we've had a tool where if you don't know how to use the tool, you can ask the tool. And so I'll say, hey, I've kind of outgrown quite a bit of it, and now I have to go do research online.
Peace out, Indian. Thank you.
But I would highly recommend using it, and it'll slowly give you an idea. Like, even if you just say, hey, tomorrow morning, I got to really remember to do X, Y, and Z before I do whatever. And then it'll just become second habit. And then it starts feeling like an assistant. And I've become, one of the concerns is you'll become so efficient that you'll get a ton of stuff done. And then you'll want to get more done. And then that becomes your new norm. So even though you're doing like a week's worth of work in like a day and a half, you still feel like you're behind.
Yeah.
And so you have to like stay honest with yourself of what like is realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, okay, I did this. Okay, all right. because yeah, that is, I mean, it is very funny, with the internet already kind of sped up the pace at which humans do things, and kind of get carried away with the pace of life, and now we have AI that can do a lot of things for us, so we can skip ahead and we can get to that over expectation of reality even faster.
Yeah, so I would be very careful with that. I would get some realistic goals and stuff. So, all right. One of the things that I'm working on is getting the SEO for these videos so that they really are what we're saying, and fixing the thumbnails and the description. But go down in the description, check out Wright Ideas on all platforms, which is my thing. Check out Broseph 420 on all platforms. Both his link tree and my link tree are in the description, as well as link to my Gumroad store is in there. And then if you click on Broseth's link tree, you can get to his eBay store
Eventually.
And then you can pick up, you can't get to the eBay store from the.
Oh, I think you can.
Okay. Go to his eBay store, check out the stuff he has, lots of clothes and jewelry and stuff, and help him out. I'm not going to plug the show and stuff. It's already been plugged at the beginning of it. If you stayed this long, then you already heard through the beginning. Any final thoughts before we get going?
Final thought. Yes, Tony, you did. Said, what up, boys? Did I miss the show? Yep.
Yeah, Tony, we just finished. We did. It's funny too, because I started the show by talking about selling digital products on Fiverr and Upworks that you build with AI, and how I thought it was a good starter thing for designers. So it would have been good for you, because I know you have everybody check out Token Tony. He makes digital artwork and designs or whatever. I guess I don't know what his elevator pitch is, but go check him out if you need any digital artwork or anything done.
Any art you need.
Yeah. He did miss the show, but we'll put this up on here. He's that on all social media if you need any digital artwork or whatever. So, all right, boys, enjoy your weekend. Check me out tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a huge show on Corn Fed.
Oh, yeah.
And check out Broseph and me on Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Cast. So thank you very much. And everybody have